Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Best Things Pod as well. Now, here are your hosts, Craig and Aaron.
Hello, Internet. Welcome into the Best Things Podcast. My name is Craig. Sitting next to me, as always, Bark McGuire himself, Aaron Brooks. Woof. Yes, your ears don't deceive you. We talked about it last week. We're double dipping. This is a rare part 2. This has maybe only happened, once or twice before, maybe? Very rare.
It's a rare thing.
Like Arkansas beating Alabama or A&M or Missouri.
Well, that hurt.
All very rare things. Speaking of that and hurting, you may notice, hey, I really like the way those shirts on the guys look today. And that is because we are diehard Arkansas fans, believe it or not. But we're also very real and honest Arkansas fans.
It's one thing that you can say about us. We're honest.
We are honest.
Honest Arkansas fans.
And so we have come out with a line of merchandise that you can purchase on our website, bestthingspod.com, that celebrates the honesty and mediocrity of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Sorry, the Arkansas football team, because legal reasons we can't say Razorbacks, or just legally this is a generic warthog. That's the image that this is. So you can't sue me, Arkansas. This is not actually your logo. Just want to make sure that's clear.
It could be a warthog from a Disney franchise.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So hope hurts, because there's nothing like being an Arkansas fan and getting your hopes up in the fourth quarter only to lose the game.
As I've said before, we almost always win.
Yeah, so you got the hope hurts. And then, of course, we've been rebuilding since 1964 when we won the championship. So
Hogs number 1, baby.
So, we've got a few others in the works. We've got a couple of also, if you want to wear some shirts for opposing SEC teams during game week.
We like a good roast.
And so you're going to be able to find some other SEC teams on there. I don't have it here, but my favorite, I don't know if it's published yet or not, Missouri is awesome. I think.
Yes.
That's my personal favorite. So also we have this, the first couple of minutes is going to be a plug for us. So if you're new to the pod, we're going to get to real stuff in a minute, but it's rare we get a new shipment of our own stuff in, and so we're wearing it. We want to talk about it. But the Best Things Upside Down hat is also in stock. And so I'm not sure why it's a big deal, but everybody has them, so we do too. There you
go. We like to be on the trend wagon.
Yeah. I will say, just in case you're wondering, hey, Craig, what's your prices look like? We've priced everything. There's 2 ways to go about it. You can either price things to move so people can buy your merch, or you can make money off of it. We chose to go with the former. We just want you to buy the merch and rep the pod out in the wild, okay? So we're not making a lot on it, maybe like $1 here and there.
No.
So
that would make some of our internet friends happy to know that we're not making money off of this. Some people have wondered if we have other jobs. Yes. And so, yes, we do have other jobs.
We have other jobs.
We don't want to make anything from this at all.
I mean, we do eventually, but we got to get the ball rolling somehow, right? Yeah, that's on TikTok or Facebook. That's always, I hope you guys have real jobs. My favorite comment is, I guess they'll let anybody have podcast equipment these days. It's true. Yes.
Pay them money and they'll let you have it. It's really cool how that works.
It is. I want to reply every time I see it. Well, who do you think is like? You think there's some podcast czar out there who's like,
you get a podcast, you get a podcast,
assigning podcasts to people? I don't know how you think podcasts work, but that's not it.
We cannot be silenced. We will not be silenced.
I mean, just don't listen or watch. That's and a lot of you don't. But like. I always find it funny. People on the internet, man, they just feel free to comment whatever they want. We are, like I said, we're continuing our conversation on TV and movie dogs. We only got through animated last week, and so we're going to continue this week and with the grand finale of our bracket at the end of the episode. Do you have any certain way? I guess we've already done half of it. We might as well just jump in right now, right?
Before we can figure out the best thing, we have to talk about all the things. It's time for the thing about the things.
The thing about this thing is woof woof, buddy. Bark bark. So to catch you up, last episode, two iconic dog characters were added into the bracket. We hit Golden Buzzers, Taco Bell bells on 2. Technically, we did a third that you had a real problem with. I went ahead and took it off the bracket since we're encompassing all dogs. It will be on the bracket, but not as my number 1 or 2. I went into the episode last week wanting to take an animated and a real life animal. So I've already got my animated.
Look, I'm going to tell you the feedback that I've heard from you folks out there so far has been overwhelmingly on my side.
Oh, I've heard the opposite, friend.
Well, I mean, what are you talking to? 2-year-olds?
Who are you talking to? People who don't have kids?
I'm talking to grown-up adults.
Look, let us know in the comments. Write a review. Email us. Text us. Whatever. Are you Team Bluey or Team I hate anything that brings kids joy? That's what we're trying to figure out. Are you Team
Kids
Bluey?
enjoy. 2 thumbs down.
Oh, okay. So we're talking live action this episode, and I want to say there are more. I don't know if there are more to pull from or not. I don't know. This may be a short episode, but
the folks will be happy.
Yeah, a reprieve from our long-windedness. Is there? I don't know. Is there a certain cat you want to go TV first? Do you want to go types of dogs? Do you want to just start hitting bells? What do you want to do here?
Yep, we'll just start hitting bells. Whatever tinkles your bell.
Tinkles your bell.
Tickles your bell. I don't know. What's the
None
saying?
of them are good.
Rings your bell?
That's better, yes.
I don't know. I feel like tinkle your bell is a well-known saying.
You know, some know this. I was in a band for a while, not a very successful one, but obviously. But we would travel around from time to time, and my brother was the drummer, and anytime we do sound checks and stuff, I don't know where it started, but it became tinkle on your tom-toms. It was the phrase we would use when we wanted him to hit the toms to do sound checks. So you're saying what did you even say?
If it tinkles your bell.
Tinkles your bell. That's what it reminded me of. Tinkle on your tom-toms. Neither one good sayings, but there you go. By the way, I need to, speaking of sayings, man, we are off the rails already. I got to reference the phrase hunk of milk again real quick.
Oh,
because that has not made it to air because that was part of the NFL episode.
They don't even know what we're talking about.
They have no idea what we're talking about. But I heard my dad referenced it again. He sent it in a text message. I guess it came from Leave It to Beaver or some show like that because he sent me a screenshot and it said it in there. And so I was like, I need to mention because I figured you would have heard that from Leave It to Beaver.
Well, now that you say that, it does.
Or My Three Sons, something like that.
It does ring a bell.
Okay. For those who don't know, my dad would always say, "Bring me a hunk of milk," and most people I tell that to, they're like, I've never heard that. It's so weird and strange." And even somebody like you, who I thought we had talked about this before, had referenced it and talked about it. So anyway, random thought. I chased a squirrel there, but shout out to Dad. I know he listens to the pod for the hunk of milk conversation. So, okay,
I was gonna say I think that it was Wally on Leave It to Beaver, and that is what I'm seeing.
Okay,
hunk of milk. Now that you reference that, I'm like, yeah, that's coming back. I do remember Wally saying that on Leave It to Beaver.
It is strange. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying it's not strange, but I'm trying to decide if I want to let you go first or not because you're quick to hit buttons. I like to let the conversation link up. So you're going to hit that bell pretty quick. I'm going to have a feeling, but I'm going to defer to you. I'm going to take the risk because there's not one that stands out to me to go to right away. So I'm just going to, if you feel that passionately, I'm going to let you start the conversation.
What I was going to say is I feel like the live action TV and movie category dogs are not as popular as the animated dogs are. So, I mean, I'm not just itching to clang that bell this morning.
Okay. Well, let's start then. I'm just going to kind of go. I just asked ChatGPT, give me a list of the best live action TV movie dogs, and it gave me 3 different categories. So we can just use this as a template. I don't know what you've got.
Sure. We'll go with what you've got. I'll sprinkle in what I've got.
So it starts with classic movie dogs. And of course, this is tempting to hit the bell on. And there's part of me that wants to do it, but the first thing that comes to, I'm just doing it. Lassie. Like, you can't talk TV and movie dogs without talking about Lassie.
Lassie was the first dog in Hollywood to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1960. Like, Lassie, when you say classic dogs, Lassie is going to be one of the first 2 that come to my mind. Lassie and Rin Tin Tin are like names that you've heard for decades.
ChatGPT says probably the most famous movie dog ever.
Rolling Stone names Lassie the best movie dog of all time.
Wow. I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody references Lassie. Different TV shows reference Lassie. You know, it's just part of the vernacular in pop culture.
Rolling Stone says that Lassie is as famous as Marilyn or Elvis. I mean, they put Lassie up there.
Very high up there.
You know, high on the pedestal. Say everybody between the ages of 12 and 82 picture some variation of this hero dog.
So I didn't know this, but Lassie started as a short story in 1938, published in the Saturday Evening Post. So I had no idea that Lassie was pen to paper before it ever appeared on screen.
This also says that Lassie spawned an entire cottage industry, I guess, because of the stories and everything kind of brought that along.
You know, it's funny. There are, and I guess this just happens throughout generations, but, you know, we're really starting to get into this. Our kids, and I would even say maybe Gen Z that's alive right now, they're really the first generations that are growing up probably never hearing of classic TV and movie characters. Because, you know, TV movie really didn't kick off until what, the 40s, 50s, you know, that, you know, up until then it was radio stuff. And so even us, you know, as millennials and elder millennials, like we still watch this stuff. You know, it may not have been, it wasn't coming out then, but it was still on TV. You only had so many channels to choose from. Streaming wasn't a big thing. So yeah, you would watch this kind of stuff. But I know our kids, I know there's like kids that were in our youth group probably have never, they may have heard the word Lassie, but they've never seen it. They have no idea what to reference when they talk about Lassie, other than, you know, was Lassie a border collie?
Yes, it was. Lassie was a collie.
So I mean, yeah. Other than they may know it's a collie, they realize it's a famous dog or dog name. They're never gonna know how big of a deal Lassie was back in the day.
I'm looking at IMDb and I see 20 titles that come up under Lassie. Looks like most recently being a movie in 2005.
Oh wow.
A really popular one from 1994. You had Lassie, The Story of Lassie. Lassie Come Home, I think, was 1943. That may have been the first one that kind of kicked it off. But you had Lassie Come Home, Son of Lassie, Courage of Lassie, Hills of Home, The Sun Comes Up. Those are all in the 40s. Challenge to Lassie, The Painted Hills, Lassie's Great Adventure, A Christmas Tale, Flight of the Cougar, Adventures of Nika. There was a Lassie that was, it looks like maybe a TV episode.
Well, you know, Lassie had a series.
Okay, that must have been what this was from.
And I was going to say, because I feel like I remember Lassie the TV series more than I do the movies. And I was going to ask, do you think the dog was more popular from TV or movie? But there's apparently a lot of movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies. I'm trying to remember the series.
Not Siri. My Siri just went off.
Oh, not you. Series with an S. Stay out of this, Siri. You're not welcome here.
Hey, Siri is always welcome.
You took Lassie number 2?
I'm going to take him. Yeah, I'm going to take number 2, which I keep going her, but fun fact if you don't know, fact of the podcast for me, because I had no idea, that Lassie, while on screen, was a female dog. In real life, the actual Lassie was always played by a male.
Okay.
Because males are bigger, they have fuller coats. And there was another reason. Let me see. Hold on, let me pull it up. Appearance, size, and consistency. So I had no idea.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's just another gender swap, another job going to the guys.
I think Lassie's real name was Pal.
Yes, you're right.
From what I'm seeing here,
I think at least the original.
The original Lassie was named Pal, and several of its offspring also starred in movies, TV, even radio.
Yeah, I'm surprised that more of... You would have thought that Lassie would be like a college mascot. Like they would just keep the lineage going of
Oh, right.
breed Lassie to produce more Lassies, They
Yes.
just reuse them, but I guess that's just not how it works. So yeah, I want to take Lassie, number 2. I keep saying Lassie and hearing Lassie, and I think about Psych. I'm just gonna put that out there too.
Carlton Lassiter. I am very tempted to go ahead and take my second pick. And I guess at this point, we're going to talk live action, but we have to fill out the bracket. So at some point, there's going to be animated dogs back in play in this episode to round everything out. And no, I'm not tempted to take Bluey at this moment, just in case you were worried that I might hit the bell.
We're on the edge of our seat wondering.
The next dog from the big screen, I think, is Buddy from Air Bud.
Yeah.
And Rolling Stone names Buddy number 2. And I mentioned in our previous episode that Buddy's also the dog who played Comet on Full House.
So you got to talk about both of them, 1A, 1B.
So for that reason, I will take Buddy.
We'll just go Air Bud for now.
Sure.
More known for Air Bud than Comet.
Yes, probably so. Air Bud it's a massive franchise. I mean, it's continued to spin
still
off,
going on.
Things. Yes. So obviously a famous dog, but started in 1997 with the dog that could play basketball.
Yeah.
You a fan of the Air Bud movie? I rewatched it this past week.
I haven't
to
watched
remember
it probably since 1997, to be honest with you.
It's just a good classic family movie. Enjoyable. You got to suspend some reality here to believe that,
Of course.
you know.
But, this Air Bud was done before CGI and stuff got popular. So
Yes.
you're talking, this is a dog actually playing basketball.
Yeah, they've really trained Buddy to do these things.
I mean, there's manipulation and camera shots and stuff like that. But, still very impressive that this dog is doing these things.
Yeah. And so a big shout out for the fact that it's not CGI. Let's see. I had some Buddy facts here, if I can find them. I got so many windows open and so many things here. I wanted to continue along with my dog stats. If you remember from the last episode, I
do.
was doing
Yes.
for the draft to go ahead and catch up on Lassie.
Okay, yes, please.
Heroism is a 100. Loyalty is a 100. Icon status is a 100. Rescue skills 95.
Okay.
So in our rankings, this may be the highest ranked dog that we've
Very
had
much.
so far.
Hundreds across the board except for
Rescue skills.
rescue skills.
And they give it a 95.
I mean,
I don't know.
what's he lacking in rescue skills?
I'm not
what are they dinging him
sure.
on? Not having opposable thumbs?
I feel like maybe we're just nitpicking a little bit
It's
much on
we
Lassie
can't
there.
give him all 100s. We got to ding him on
Right.
something.
So I guess that's where it was. And then let me come down to Buddy / Comet. Athleticism, 100.
Of course.
Obviously. Cuteness is a 95.
Okay.
Loyalty is a 90.
Okay.
And icon status is a 90.
I think they're giving him loyalty of a 90. I think they ding him because if he has the chance to play professional basketball, he's taking it.
He would ditch his family in that.
Leave you in a heartbeat. Now, if he made enough, he'd help pay off your debt. But like, he's leaving you.
Like, I wish we could go higher than 100 on athleticism just because of the wide amount of things that Buddy can do.
Right.
I mean, he can play every sport. He's a better athlete than I am, believe it or not.
I'm surprised you never, taught your buddy how to play basketball.
He would.
Really?
If I would throw the basketball or something, he'd get it and he'd kind of run along and push it with his shoulder. And he really enjoyed chasing the basketball with me when we would shoot hoops. Let's see. I'm still trying to get to.
I've got a couple of fun facts about Bud.
Okay.
I did not know this. This is a fun fact. Buddy was a stray dog. He was a stray found by a man named Kevin D. Seco in the Sierra Nevada mountains in the 80s. And that same man trained him to play basketball, baseball, soccer, football, and do stunts for TV.
He died soon after the film that made him a star.
Did he really?
Yep.
Wow.
So he is not the Buddy that is still playing in the Air Bud movies we continue to play on.
No.
Yeah.
That dog would be 40 years old at this point.
He would be the LeBron of dogs.
Yeah. He died in 1998 from cancer.
I still had one other thing that I'm trying to find here.
There is I guess one of the famous taglines from the movie was "There's no rule against a dog playing basketball." And that phrase has become kind of "there's no rule against blank" has become kind of synonymous with a whole bunch of different stuff. You hear that all the time. There's no rule against that,
Would you rather have an athletic dog like Buddy or whatever Lassie does, rescue people? I mean,
I'd rather have a Buddy.
I think Buddy for just having.
I play it. I don't get to play a lot of sports these days, but in the backyard or, playing hoops or something like that, I'm going to do that a lot more. I don't find myself getting stuck in wells very often these days.
No. Yeah, I feel like the rescue factor is probably pretty...
Very, very low for us.
Yeah. Imagine what you could do with Buddy on TikTok if you had that dog today.
Absolutely right, yeah.
He would be the most famous dog.
He would.
I mean, I'm sure there are probably TikTok accounts that have dogs that can do all this kind of stuff now.
And if this clip makes it to TikTok, please tag us or tag us in the video, however that works. Like tag us, show us the videos of dogs doing awesome sports tricks.
So Buddy number 2 on my list.
Okay. You got to talk about, so we're buttoned out. We're Taco Bell gone. Taco Bell go bye-bye for the rest of the episode because we've already taken them. So the rest of these are going to end up being free game kind of in draft order later. But you can't talk about a TV or a movie dog if we're sticking with movies for a while, which a lot of these have crossover, I'm realizing. Old Yeller.
I was tempted to go Old Yeller.
Just not as much there. There's not as deep of a library.
No.
You're talking a one-off.
It's just that one classic movie.
But you talk about culturally relevant and kind of everybody referencing it. When it comes to a go-to sad movie, many people reference Old Yeller.
The tearjerker factor for Old Yeller is a 100.
I mean, it would probably be more than that. You spend a whole movie, spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen Old Yeller.
If you haven't seen this movie from more than 50 years ago, 70 years ago,
Yeah.
it was in the 50s.
Probably, yeah. Yes, you just heard what Aaron did. We're millennials. That's what we do. Everything stopped at 2000. we reference everything. But yeah, I mean, it is, you spend this whole movie getting to know this relationship and getting to know this dog and having... all for it to just go bye-bye.
Just a classic family Disney movie. Let's kill the dog.
The gunshot, just it's very...
Heroism's 100. Loyalty of 95. and cultural impact score of 90.
Okay. I agree with all those.
Old Yeller would be up there at the top. Absolutely.
Who else you got?
Well, as long as we're talking about sad dog movies where they die, have you ever watched Where the Red Fern Grows?
I believe I read the book,
Okay, yes.
but a long time ago. I don't know that I've ever watched the movie.
There is a remake of it as well, but asking some people beforehand of doing this podcast, hey, tell me who your favorite TV movie dogs are, and these two dogs continued to come up quite a bit in people's text messages to me. Old Dan and Little Ann, I believe, were the two dog names.
Wow. Okay. Never heard of those.
But if you...
Tells you how long it's been since I've even read the book.
We rewatched this movie a year or so ago just because Erica didn't think she had ever seen it. She was like, if I had, we quit watching it, or I didn't want to see a sad dog movie or whatever. I was like, oh, well, you got to watch Where the Red Fern Grows. It was from the 70s, I believe. 1973 is when this movie came out. The book came out in 1961.
The book came out earlier.
Yeah, the book did not come out after the film. But yes, the little boy, he saves up his money. The movie is set in probably the 30s, 40s.
Sounds right.
I'm sorry. It would have been during the late 20s, early 30s during the Great Depression is when it was. And it was set in our region, Ozark Mountains. So northern Arkansas, southern Missouri area is where this movie is set. And Billy works... He saves up for 2 hunting dogs, some red bone coon hounds. They were big into coon hunting.
Yeah.
He wanted his 2 dogs, and so he gets these little pups. He raises them up, and Old Dan and Little Ann's what he names them. And, of course, they end up dead at the...
You could have softened that a little bit.
I'm sorry.
So again, spoiler alert.
But they died protecting Billy. So they had formed this bond between, their owner and them, and he gets into Old Dan gets into a fight with a mountain lion. And
See, I remember that. I remember
Okay.
the coons and treeing the coons and all that
Yep.
kind of stuff. A lot of it comes back to me as I hear it.
and then after Old Dan dies, then Lil Ann dies shortly after. She can't go on without her mate, Old Dan. And so she's just grieving and dies next to his grave. And so Billy buries them and later discovers that a red fern is growing between their graves, which in Native American legend says only an angel can plant a red fern, making it a sacred symbol of eternal love and devotion between these two dogs. So where the red fern grows...
Get it? Title?
Their stats: bravery, Old Dan gets 100, strength of 95. Should have been a little stronger there, Old Dan. You might have beat that mountain lion, wouldn't have died. Could have given you 100, but no, we're going to give you a 95 on that. Loyalty of 100. If you die for your owner, you deserve 100
Right,
on
yeah.
that. Tearjerker factor of 100, same for little Ann. She gets a 95 on tenderness, a 100 on loyalty, and a new category here, intelligence. Little Ann gets a 100 in intelligence.
Oh, wow.
So, this is a good one if you want to just kind of rip your kids' hearts out about dogs dying. This would be a good place to start.
Yeah, there's something interesting. It's a funny kind of... you don't hear about many movies where cats die and people are emotional. There's no sad cat movies.
Cats are not heroes.
Because you've got, Old Yeller. I mean, these are all sad dog movies that will wreck you. Old Yeller, Where the Red Fern Grows, Marley and Me, Hachi, A Dog's Tale, My Dog Skip, 8 Below, The Incredible Journey / Homeward Bound. While, Shadow doesn't actually die, but there's this really heartbreaking moment where you think he does. All Dogs Go to Heaven. I mean, there's so many of these movies where even in Turner and Hooch, the dog dies. So like there's just so many of these that you look at and go, okay, dogs are emotional. Like you can obviously tell there is a connection between man and dog because you're going to watch these and have an emotional reaction to them.
I'm trying to think of cat movies, and the first one that comes to mind is That Darn Cat that just really annoys people, and so we had to name the movie That Darn Cat.
The first one that came to mind was Cats, the one that was just universally hated from Broadway.
I mean, you had Garfield. I guess he was a cat, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't sad. Like Garfield was a lazy bum.
Like, I'm trying to think of any legitimate cat movies, and I don't think there are any.
No, I don't think there's any to that level where it kind of makes you sad and emotional.
We aren't attached to cats. Cats aren't attached to us.
I'll tell you another dog that is probably going to make the list for me at some point. I don't know where on the bracket he'll fall, but Beethoven. Love the Beethoven movies.
Beethoven is great.
I bet his sloppiness stats or the destruction stat will be pretty high.
Beethoven has a drool output of 99. A comedy factor of 90, a family factor of 95, and heroism of 70.
He doesn't break 100 on anything. Interesting.
No, he doesn't. It's been a while since I've seen Beethoven. Yeah. It's on my list to rewatch. Since we did this, I started compiling a list of animal movies and kind of working our way through it. So we're getting to Beethoven.
Beethoven's great. Let me look. I'm going down my list here.
You mentioned Hooch a minute ago.
Yeah,
so let's just go. Because as far as drool output goes, they give him a 98 on drool output. Disney Plus came out with a Disney original for Turner and Hooch.
Oh, really?
Was it a movie or was it a series? Did you obviously didn't watch it,
no.
Did you? Let me see if I can pull that up. The original movie, though, Tom Hanks,
right? Yeah. Tom Hanks, partner in crime solving dog. Yeah, it was great. A lot of comedy, some sentiment in there, action, the whole nine.
12-episode series, Disney Plus original.
When was this?
2021.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Josh Peck?
Josh Peck. I'm trying to get to the cast here. I don't know if I remember any of these other people.
How many episodes?
12.
So just a limited series, or did it get canceled?
It probably got canceled.
Yeah.
It gets a 6.6 out of 10. But it was mildly entertaining. We watched it, enjoyed it.
Huh. Is it funny? Is it lean more comedy? Or is it lean more like an NCIS?
No, it's definitely family oriented, just kind of, the same kind of thing.
Yeah. A lot of
cop drama comedy,
dog poop humor, and
makes a mess, tears stuff up, destructive. Like the destruction factor for, I don't know, I wish that was in here. Like I feel like the destruction factor should be mentioned. Between Beethoven, Hooch,
any of those.
Chance.
What was Hooch? Because Beethoven was a Saint Bernard, and I don't know, was Hooch he wasn't a bulldog. He was I don't know what he would be.
I had that pulled up. I don't know where it's at, so I'll just ask this. It was a French Mastiff.
Okay.
A French Mastiff. And I think we referenced Mastiffs last week on just Mastiffs, their size.
Yeah, one of the biggest dog breeds out there. Hooch is great. What about probably a lesser known dog? I don't think he'll make the bracket, but I think worth mentioning. He's up on my list here for movie dogs. Einstein from Back to the Future. Kind of a guinea pig of Doc Brown and just a loyal dog.
I forgot about Einstein.
Yeah. But
I'm not the biggest.
You're not a big Back to the Future friend.
I did watch them all again in the last year, and even rewatching them, I forgot about the dog. Sorry.
Chance and Shadow from Homeward Bound, though. I always wanted a Chance.
We just rewatched this movie in the last couple of months, which I asked you if you had watched the original movie, The Incredible Journey, which is what inspired the remake of Homeward Bound. And The dogs had different names, I believe, in the first
Did they?
movie. But
Were you are you Team Chance or Team Shadow?
Shadow.
Shadow? I feel like that should be like a BuzzFeed quiz. Like it'll tell you something about your personality.
Personality based on.
Because I always loved Shadow, which voiced by Michael J. Fox, by the way.
Yes.
Did a great job with that. I can't remember who voiced Chance.
The story is told by Shadow, right?
Yes. I
Or
don't
do
know
they
actually.
Equally tell the story.
I'm trying to. I don't know.
I mean, I just rewatched the movie and I've
Because they
forgotten.
think Chance has died at the end of it, like because he's gone and he comes over the. So I don't know that he would narrate that part. I don't remember. It's been so long since I watched it. Ellie's just a little bit too young for us to watch that with her right now, and her enjoy it. But that was a classic. I love that movie. That was great.
And there's let's see, they had 2 or 3 movies in the franchise.
Yeah.
As you had Lost in San Francisco, and I feel like there may have been a third, Homeward Bound.
A lot of people were losing things in the 90s because there was a lot of things that were lost.
Yes.
You had Home Alone. I think like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That was the next one I was going to.
Like everything was just lost and missing. Nobody knew where anything
There
was.
was the Shrunk. There was a Shrunk franchise, wasn't there?
Wasn't it just Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
I thought there was another movie.
More
or two.
movies in that
Yes.
franchise. Yeah. Yeah, because they shrunk the adults later.
Yes.
And I'm sure they shrunk other things. They milked that for all it was worth. But I think only Rick Moranis may have only done the sequel. I don't know that he did more than that.
There was, a lot of getting lost stuff.
Rumors are saying that Rick Moranis is going to make a comeback into acting. You know, he took I thought he just retired, but I guess he took an intentional break away from acting, and rumors are saying he's coming back.
Here's what I was going to mention: Baxter.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Baxter.
Oh, I need to make a note. I'm
Baxter.
tempted to take Baxter because he's great in that movie. He's not just Will Ferrell's, reference. Like he does things in that movie. He saves the day.
He does save the day. I don't have any stats because they didn't think that Baxter was even worthy of making.
Baxter is great.
Our board.
He's going to be a sneaky 6 seed maybe in this thing.
Let me make sure that I didn't overlook him here, but no. Baxter from Anchorman 2004 Will Ferrell movie. He survives a bridge fall, a bear attack. He's what keeps Ron Burgundy going.
He is. He gets punted. They punted Baxter.
They punted Baxter. He was a border terrier. And, I think he could be a sneaky...
I think he could too.
Probably not going to win at all Final Four pick, but he could be an upset pick in there somewhere.
Yeah.
What about another... This would be classic, and this is one I think people still watch a lot. Toto. Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah. Which Wizard of Oz has a little controversy around it right now. Have you heard the controversy?
No.
So they brought it to the Vegas Dome or the Sphere.
Okay.
And apparently there was a director and creatives involved who took the movie and with the use of AI have expanded the scenes.
Oh.
So it can be immersive.
Okay. So they've added to it.
And they've shortened the movie down a little bit so it could do multiple showings a day. And it's 4D. Like when the twister happens, there's hard wind. When they're shaking the apple tree or whatever, apples are falling. Like there's interactive elements to it. All that is okay. What people are having a problem with, though, is that apparently when there's scenes like when Dorothy is talking to her father or something, like you see the father off, where in the original movie you don't see in the shot. In this, you see him over there. Okay. So they're adding in characters outside of the normal 16:9 or 4:3 frame that it was made in.
Oh.
And so they're adding, so in a part where like Glinda's talking to you can see over there the Wicked Witch. Like it's just adding in these characters outside of the normal frame. They're using AI to come in and kind of make it more high def and add stuff to it. And there's a lot of people who are thinking, oh, this is cool use of technology, But there's a whole other group of people who are like, you're messing with a classic. How dare you mess with something? Like, we're not changing the original. You can still watch it. This is only for the Sphere and this one experience. So people are just getting their knickers in a bunch and causing a little bit of a to-do around the Wizard of Oz right now.
Toto's real name was Terry the Terrier.
A lot of terriers get used in TV and movies.
You know, they fit inside of a basket pretty well to pedal around here. Terry helped turn Toto into a key part of the Hollywood classic.
That was a tongue twister. Terry turned Toto into a...
Terry the Terror turned Toto into a key part of the Hollywood classic and was earning $125 a week.
Goodness gracious. And what's 19...
That's $50 more than some of the singing munchkins got in the movie. 1939.
So whoever owned Terry,
yes,
the terrier, was making bank.
Yeah, absolutely.
For doing nothing.
For doing nothing. No. Let's see. I feel like there was some Toto facts on here. There's Togo. Toto, here we go. Loyalty of 95. But this is where Toto really, the size. Toto only gets a 20 in size. Obviously, being a terrier, right? Small,
small dog.
Icon status though of 95, courage of 75. Icon status is pretty high. Everybody knows Toto.
Yeah,
definitely worthy contender in the bracket. I think
so. Yeah, I mean, again, but here I'm going to play a little devil's advocate here. What is Toto doing, though? Like, he's just kind of around. Like, how much is he actively doing? You have somebody like who was it we just referenced? Even Baxter from Anchorman is contributing to plot lines and stuff like that. Toto's just kind of along for the ride.
So Toto was just there making money.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Being a lazy dog.
Okay, that could be that may factor into some of the decision making that we have to do later on.
What other movie dogs can you think of? Because the next I have goes into TV.
Okay, do you remember Benji? Did you ever watch Benji?
No, I think we talked about that last week, and I don't really remember Benji very much.
And continue to have made movies of Benji down through the years. It's a pretty good franchise. They give Benji a heroism score of 95, cleverness of 90, loyalty of 85, underdog factor of 100. But if you haven't seen Benji, it's going to be kind of hard to really put him into the movies.
But notice how I didn't hate on Benji right away like you did on Bluey for not having watched it. I just want to make sure that that's referenced pretty well right there. I didn't hate on it, just because I haven't seen it.
Well, it's obvious because it has been a character that has spanned generations.
Okay, but so they were going to hate. So you would have hated on it back then and not now.
If we had recorded this podcast in 1972, I might have been a little more skeptical about whether or not Benji should be included really high in the deal. But I'm also not pushing for Benji to be the most famous, best dog of all time.
I mean, that's valid.
Marley from Marley and Me, another live action dog.
I hadn't seen it.
Togo.
I mentioned this last time. I haven't seen it.
You have got to watch Togo.
Yeah, that's what
you've got to watch it immediately. You need to watch Togo. Endurance of 100, heroism of 100, loyalty of 95, cultural impact of 90, and this is a real life dog.
Yes,
this is a real dog.
So it doesn't fall in this category then.
That has
These are fictional dogs.
Who said we were just doing only fictional dogs?
I mean, TV and movie dogs. This is a real dog.
I mean, it's a real dog that they made a movie. His life was so impactful, as was Balto, who has the animated movie. But Balto kind of stole the thunder. Togo finally sets the record straight. Togo is the real deal. Togo's the real hero. Togo's the real one, not Balto. And we went so long being lied to as kids by Disney about that it kind of hurt. And so now Disney kind of set things straight. Togo's a fantastic movie.
The anti-Balto.
It's not really anti-Balto.
The anti-Balto propaganda going on here.
It's not Balto's fault that history was twisted. Balto would want Togo to get the recognition that Togo deserves, I think.
Okay.
But both great dogs from history, both need to be on the board. And the fact that they actually did things that was monumental, I think makes... I would take Togo number 2.
Oh, wow.
If you had seen the movie. That's my problem. You haven't seen the movie. You have no appreciation for this wonderful dog and everything that he did.
Okay.
And I can't put it number 2.
I guess I should have done some homework between last week and this week.
Between last week and this week that you had watched Togo.
We get an hour a night. We get to watch content. I'm not spending
String it out over 3 nights. 30 minutes a night.
I did find 2 on this list that I wanted to mention, 2 other movie dogs, at least 2. There may have been a third in there. I can't remember. Milo from The Mask. The Jim Carrey movie, The Mask.
Oh, okay. That's not the Milo I thought.
He was a great dog. He wore the mask at different points, and so he added some comedic. He brought some comedy to it. What was the other one? Oh, Hercules from The Sandlot. I'm tempted to add him to the bracket because he has such a looming character in the movie of The Sandlot. With the kids playing baseball, they don't want to hit the home runs because it'll get to Hercules, and turns out he's a sweetheart at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen The Sandlot. But the whole second, third act of the movie is them trying to get the Babe Ruth ball from Hercules.
Yes.
And he's so protective of it. And again, another Mastiff, it looks like. So
If you want a dog that drools, you get the Mastiff.
you do.
What about Frank from Men in Black?
That was the other one I was going to mention too. Yeah.
Frank, a pug who's actually an alien.
He's hilarious.
Frank does he makes a lot of good stuff in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Did I have a Frank? I don't know if Frank made our...
Do you have Samantha from I Am Legend?
So I seen that one listed, and I do not remember Samantha from I Am Legend. I'm sorry.
That's a Will Smith vehicle, where he is the last, he thinks he's the last person on Earth, and the dog is like his, again, another dog that dies in the movie that I believe dies. And you get really heartbroken. So
Entertainment Weekly says Chance and Shadow are the number 1 best dogs of all time in movies. They rank Frank number 3, Lassie number 5, Milo that you just referenced number 6. Trying to see if there's any other. Toto 13th. Buddy, they put all the way down at 16. They don't have a lot of love for Buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking at a goodhousekeeping.com article that says here are the top, I think it gave 40 dogs from movies and TV shows who stole our hearts. They have Frank number 1.
I saw that.
Number 1.
See, to me, I feel like
this list is really strange to me.
Yeah, I've looked at it a few times just to try to see, but I don't agree with where they have been on a lot of these. Mm-hmm. The other one that I'm trying to find that I'm not seeing anybody reference is the dog from The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Okay.
Did you watch that movie?
No. Now you know how I feel. This happens a lot with you with certain movies too. So,
but these are important movies. These are classics.
Yeah, not like E.T. That's nothing. That's a very indie movie that nobody's ever heard of.
Listen, about a month ago, I finally started E.T. I have seen the first 30 minutes of it.
Okay.
I watched it. I need to go back and
another couple of years, you'll finish it.
I'll get back to it. Hang on. I got to find this dog's name.
Well, while you're doing that,
I was just going to say,
I'll let you continue.
Enzo, golden retriever named Enzo.
Okay.
The story is told by Enzo. The movie is told by Enzo. Are you familiar with The Art of Racing in the Rain?
No, I'm not.
It's still a new enough movie that this one, and since you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil the movie. Kevin Costner is the voice of Enzo. So Kevin Costner is the one telling
When did this come
the
out?
story. This would have been 2019.
Okay.
So I say, it's still relatively new, but I mean, that was 6 years ago. And it has
That was last year. What are you talking about?
Milo Ventimiglia. I'm sorry, butchered that. I know him from Heroes.
Yeah.
That's what I know him from.
A lot of people know him from This Is Us, but I know him from Heroes.
The Apocalypse Show?
No. This Is Us was like a drama on NBC, made a lot of people cry, and it was very sentimental.
Oh, I'm thinking of The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
Last of Us. Okay. This Is Us. Okay, gotcha. It has Gary Cole in it.
I like Gary Cole.
A few other people that you would recognize if you watch it. But they bond together. He's a race car driver, Formula One driver, and he is navigating life with his owner. They start out single, go to married life.
So it's all from the dog's perspective?
Dog's perspective of his life.
Who died? Somebody's going to die. I'm assuming.
Somebody dies. Somebody dies in the movie.
If there is a dog prominently featured in a movie, somebody's dying.
There is more than one death in this movie.
Yeah, I like
this has multiple.
It's just guaranteed. If there is a prominent dog in the movie, there's going to be. It's a sad movie.
Yeah, this is. IMDb calls it a comedy, drama, romance, sports, coming of age, and feel good romance. I mean, it kind of checks off several boxes.
Which I'm thinking, since Beethoven and Air Bud, when's the last dog movie that was made that was a happy movie? Like, it was all just joyous and fun. Like,
wasn't Marley and Me?
No, somebody dies in that one.
What about Because of Winn-Dixie?
I don't know that movie.
You haven't seen? It's been a while since I've seen Because of Winn-Dixie, but there's another real life.
Because of the grocery store chain?
Yes, I think it has something to do
really?
with that. Yes.
Okay, wow.
It's one you should watch. I gave Art of Racing in the Rain an 8 out of 10. It gets a 7.6, so it's up there.
It's pretty good for you.
I've watched this movie 3 times, and fun fact, this is the only movie that has ever made me cry.
Wow.
I have never cried at a movie,
Okay.
But I've cried twice in this movie.
Okay.
And it, I don't know, a year after...
And you didn't cry at Armageddon?
I did not cry at Armageddon, no. The only movie that's made you cry,
It's the only movie that's made me cry.
We each only have one movie that's made us cry.
They're very different movies.
This one feels like it should make you cry.
I guess so.
But this one has a very happy ending.
Okay.
It has a happy ending to it.
Everybody comes back to life. It's the resurrection. Speaking of death, did you have more to say on Racing in the Rain?
Well, I thought there was. Trying to think. I would put this one up on my list because Enzo's it's a really good dog. You're with him from his puppyhood all the way through his life. So you get to journey his whole life with him.
Okay. Until the dog dies?
Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
Does he keep narrating after his death? Oh, we're going into heaven.
It does. There is an afterlife element to this.
Do all dogs go to heaven?
This movie might explain that.
Okay. I need to go on a small, tiny rant. This is a mini rant.
Mini rant.
Because there's also a dog here, before we move on to some TV dogs, that got mentioned, Daisy from John Wick. And you may be like, I've seen John Wick. I don't remember a Daisy. Apparently, Daisy is what kickstarts John Wick. Because this dog gets, is it kidnapped or killed? I don't know. But taken one way or another away from John Wick. And that sets him off and causes him to go whatever he does.
I'm pretty sure they killed the dog.
I feel like they did. Everybody loves John. Are you a John Wick fan?
I'm probably going to agree with whatever your rant is here.
Because, like I said, it's a mini rant. I'm not going to go deep into it because I haven't seen the films. I watched most of the first one. I may have finished the first one.
I've watched them all.
I just have a hard time believing and being put into this space because my family loves it. My dad, my brother, a lot of guys that I know love John Wick. And I just have a hard time putting myself in the situation that because the dude's dog died, that spun him off into becoming and doing and going back into this whole situation. And I don't know, it just takes me out of it for a little bit. I have a hard time. It doesn't feel, I don't know. I'm in the minority, I feel like, but.
Probably so. I mean, I have a friend that is really super big into the Wick franchise. And if I were to tell him, what we were saying here, it would really tick him off.
Yeah.
And he would probably give us the reasons why this should have been important. I don't care.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am.
If you have to explain all of these things to me and make up these reasons, I don't know. It feels weird. I grant you that. The movies are just nothing but pure action. You really have to suspend reality with these movies. It's just about how much stuff can you blow up and shoot and how many people can you kill. I mean, and I've watched all the movies hoping that I would get there, because a few of my friends that really like these are like, man, these are like 8, 9, 10 out of 10 movies. I'm like, there's no story to it.
Right.
It's just like action. Yeah, 10 out of 10. They're killing people and it's cool and blowing stuff up, and 10 out of 10 for that. But why do I care about it?
Right. Yeah. And I think that's right. And look, I'm one of those people who is like, you know what? There are some movies out there that are great just watching and enjoying and being in the moment. It doesn't have to have this deep second levels and third levels and all this kind of,
Yeah.
It can be just an enjoyable movie to
agree.
watch. But I still need a little meat on the bone, right?
I think that's what I don't know what genre you call that. Because to me, it
Just
is
an action movie?
To me, it feels different than an action movie, just like all of the Jason Statham movies.
Right, yeah.
All of those movies are just about what the body count is at the end of it.
Yeah.
And all the different ways that they can kill people. The story is just really lacking in whatever you want to call those movies. It just doesn't do a lot for me.
Yeah. I'm with you. All right. To the world of TV, there's not as many kind of notable dogs, I'm realizing, in the world of TV. I'm going to mention a couple off the jump here. You never watched Frasier, right?
Nope.
So, but I need to reference Eddie. Eddie is the dog that made me want a Jack Russell.
Yep.
Because funny, comedic timing, of course, because it's a comedy, but smart, intelligent. That made me think all Jack Russells are smart and intelligent. Apparently, they're very loud and noisy too. But Eddie is great. I think one that could be a contender for the bracket is Wishbone.
Who's Wishbone?
You don't know Wishbone from PBS?
Wishbone.
Reenacted classic literature in dog costumes? I thought for sure you would be a Wishbone fan.
I'm going to have to look it up.
It was right there. It was on your screen. Middle dog, Wishbone.
Wishbone. Okay. I do vaguely remember that.
This is a PBS. I'm trying to remember. I guess he would have been 90s. Might have been earlier, but I feel like I remember watching Wishbone. So
I'm trying to scroll to it. Obviously, he's very far down on their list. I'm still going. I'm to number 30, and they don't have him listed. Cheddar.
Cheddar from Brooklyn
Don't
Nine-Nine.
forget Cheddar.
Yeah. I'm a fan of Cheddar.
Also, here is unnamed Pitbull from John Wick.
Okay.
Just dog. This is the one that he picks up. I'm still going.
We have. Oh, okay. This could be potentially my third, maybe fourth seed. One of my favorite characters in the Muppet universe is Rolf the dog.
Oh,
The piano playing,
Yeah.
cigar loungy kind of dog from the Muppet Show. I guess he's not a cartoon. I think he probably has been seen in cartoon form, but he was a puppet. So he kind of falls in a gray area here, but I'm going to include him in the live action side of the things. I loved Rolf. He was a lot of fun. Out of all the Muppet characters, I think it's just because I play piano, so maybe I connected with him in that way. Love Rolf the dog.
I feel like I have reached the end of my list.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of TV that don't also have movies.
And we have already referenced Comet from Full House.
We have. You've mentioned Rin Tin Tin.
Yes. Another
So-
very famous dog from nearly 100 years ago at this point.
Good gosh. Happy from Seventh Heaven. Have no
I
idea.
don't remember
Vincent from Lost. Buck from Married with Children. So that's what they list here. So yeah, I think we've covered the gamut.
The other one, and this is not a TV dog, but I saw it and I did remember it. Asta from the Thin Man series in the 1930s. I would place a massive wager that you've never seen a single Thin Man movie.
I have not.
Okay, not surprised by that. I loved these movies growing up, and Rolling Stone ranks Asta number 5 greatest TV movie dog of all time. And Asta was a big part of the Thin Man movies. He was very resourceful. He was very brave, and he was a lot of fun. It was another terrier. His name was Skippy, and I would shout him out. I don't know that he'll make my bracket, but if you know the Thin Man movies, you will remember Asta, and I didn't want to get yelled at by somebody who does know the Thin Man movies, and be like, you forgot all about Asta.
Speaking of a dog that we might get yelled at for, I cannot remember if we referenced him in the first episode with animated. I don't know why unless we were talking about comics at some point, but Crypto, Superman's dog.
I think we briefly mentioned Crypto when we talked maybe about the life of Super Pets or
Maybe, yeah.
DC verse of Super Pets, whatever that movie is. I think we briefly mentioned Crypto.
But James Gunn just now bringing him for the first time ever to live action Superman
And
film.
he's a big part of the Superman
He really is.
film.
He plays an important role. And I liked it. I liked having the dog in there. A lot of people thought it was going to be cheesy. I had no problem with it.
What did you give Superman?
I want to say, I think I maybe on IMDb gave it an 8.
I think I'd give it a 7.
I think I would have given it I think I would have given it a 7.5.
I could probably be talked into 7.5.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It was good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I
think it's the best DC movie I've seen since maybe Wonder Woman.
It's hard to compare it and Man of Steel. Like, they're not the same.
They're not the same.
Different sides of Superman. Like, you don't compare these to each other.
No.
At all.
And people trying to are missing the plot completely. I've got nothing else dog related.
Then are we ready to put pen to paper and bracket this thing?
I believe so.
Okay.
If you want to be the best, you have to beat the rest. This is the Best Things Bracket.
We have already selected 4 dogs. We each need to select 4 more. Right? Nope. Yes. We each need to pick 4 more for a grand total of 12. All right. I don't remember how we did this last time. How we pick who goes first. Oh, we had Siri do it, didn't we?
Sure.
Pick heads or tails.
Let's go heads.
Flip a coin, heads or tails.
Heads and tails really fits with it.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Of course you don't.
Choose heads or tails.
Heads.
Heads.
Okay. Heads and tails feels like a dog theme, you know? Heads and
Oh,
tails.
yeah. What did you select? I don't even remember what
Heads.
you said. Okay, so you get to go first. With your third pick
With my
in the
third
2025 TV movie dog. And we're scraping back to animated as well.
We've got to pull those back into theme now. What? Let me see the bracket again. When you get a moment after your stuff is pulled up there, I'm trying to think of.
Scooby number 1, Lassie number 2 on my side, Snoopy number 1, Air Bud number 2 on your side, And then all the mix-ups on the other side that go together are head-to-heads.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, do you know how many Dalmatians were used in the filming of the 101 Dalmatians?
101.
200.
Are you serious?
That's what it said.
Goodness gracious.
I saw that earlier.
I would have thought you could have duplicated a few of them already. I didn't think you needed to get to 100.
Well, hang on. Let me make sure that I'm not just making something up. I feel like I saw that earlier.
Them two dogs had 99 babies.
Over 200 Dalmatian puppies were cycled through filming because they grew so fast.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
I am right.
That needs to be our next shirt. I am right.
I thought I was wrong, but then I remembered I was right for sure. Okay. I have to take somebody. I'm trying to...
You're going to have 4 picks here.
I'm trying to remember who we talked about last week. That's what I'm trying to
we talked about a lot of animated.
And I feel like there's got to be... Because I know what I want to pick.
I mean, you've got what? If we reach back to anime, you got Underdog, Huckleberry Hound, Bluey, Bingo. You've got Odie from Garfield, Max from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Scrappy Doo, Brian Griffin, Slinky Dog from Toy Story, Lady and the Tramp, Clifford, Courage. Goofy. We haven't taken Goofy yet, or Pluto.
We didn't take that. But I want to take Max.
Max at 3.
Max number 3. I feel like he is still very culturally relevant and has lived through multiple iterations of the franchise.
Yeah.
And he is seen every single Christmas season on products.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Max.
I'm going to go...
Also, I want to reference Max's. If I am recalling right, his strength to size ratio was just off the charts. Being able to pull that sleigh,
the whole sleigh. Absolutely, you are absolutely correct, Mundo. I'm trying to decide. I mean, I feel like I need to take. I said I wasn't going to have dead air install. I was just going to make a decision, and here I am doing it. But I think I'm going to take Lassie.
You already have Lassie.
I already have Lassie.
You took Lassie number 2.
Then I was torn between 2, so I'm going to take Pluto.
Okay, you're going to take Pluto. I would like to take Goofy number 5.
You can't skip.
Oh, I thought we got to play some more.
No, we're going in order. So you got to pick your fourth pick.
Oh, okay.
We can't just pick and choose how we want the bracket to go here. Got to let the cards fall as they may. So with your 4th pick, who's the 4th best dog in your opinion?
The 4th best dog.
Or the next best available dog, I guess is a better way to put it. Astro from the Jetsons.
Yeah, that's one I've been thinking
Huckleberry
of.
Hound.
I would like to take Huckleberry Hound here.
Frank the Pug.
Look, I want to take Togo. He's got to be on the list.
Okay.
He should be higher than this. He should be much higher than this.
Hey, you got to go with your gut, man.
I've just got to put him here because of you.
It's the 4 seed. It's going to go up against a 6. He may have a shot. That's why for my 4th pick, I'm going Bluey.
Then I'll go ahead and take Goofy number 5.
A Goofy Pluto matchup. Wow. Didn't see that coming. For my number 5, I'm taking Baxter.
And is this my final pick?
No, yes. This is your final pick.
And you're down to your final pick?
I'm down to mine as well.
So this is what we're going to list as the 12 dogs that we think should be in the conversation for best dog of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the ultimate purpose of our... is that where we started?
The best TV and movie dog. Old Yeller's on the board.
Old Yeller's on the...
Beethoven,
yes.
Hooch.
So I'm thinking Old Yeller, Chance or Shadow. Is Chance and Shadow one thing?
No. I mean,
because
I guess
some of the lists that I have seen...
I mean, we could pair them together if we need to. If we're doing that, I want to put Bluey and Bingo together because I would actually prefer Bingo over Bluey.
I don't have a clue who that is. Never heard of that person.
It's Bingo. It's Bluey's sister.
Didn't know that. Because
such a hater.
Entertainment Weekly lists Chance and Shadow, and then they list all the Dalmatians.
Yeah. I mean, if you had to pick one, I think you would go Chance. Chance is the funny one. He's the comic relief. He's more fun to watch. Chance can be a stick in the mud sometimes. Wiser, yes. Comes around at the end, yes.
Oh, what am I going to do here? I feel like we have fumbled the bracket.
You do?
Yeah, because somebody's getting left out here.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Legendary dogs are getting left out.
Yeah.
Whether it be Old Yeller, Chance and Shadow, Beethoven, Toto, Balto. I feel like there's legendary dogs that we might be making a mistake on at this point, and
it's very possible. I know the two I'm between.
What are you between?
It's your pick.
Are you considering some of the ones that I mentioned?
Yes.
Because it would just be helpful to know that we're not going to leave out multiple of these.
One of them is going to get taken. I'm confident in that. Unless you are a bonehead and don't choose one of these legendary dogs.
Is it Chance and Shadow or is it Beethoven?
Intrigue.
Which one would you choose?
This is your part of the bracket. You have the next pick. Very rarely do I see the Lions and the Broncos calling each other, hey, who are you going to take next?
Well, I mean, you help each other.
Unless you're working on a trade. But you're just like, hey, who are you going to take? I just want to know so I can take him if they're available.
I want to make the right decision.
Then go with your gut. Go with who you think. Who do you think is the best available dog left on the board?
Beethoven.
Okay. Thank you.
Or is it Hooch?
If you weren't taking Beethoven, I was.
Okay.
He was going to be taken, so I'm glad you took him. Unless you want me to take him and go up against Togo.
Not necessarily.
You're hoping it knocks out Bluey pretty early. Okay, I will tell you that since it's down to me, I am torn now between either Chance and Shadow if we're going to combine them. If not, it's just going to be Chance or Rolf the dog. But I feel like you're going to poo-poo on Rolf a little bit.
Probably.
And so I'm going to go Chance.
I think you should go Chance and Shadow as I think they are.
I have no problem combining. All right, so we have our bracket. We have our 12 dogs. Do you feel good about what we have here? A couple oddballs, yes.
I feel like it's criminal that Old Yeller, Toto, some of those are not in our bracket probably. But
I mean, the only one I would swap out for that is Baxter. I think Baxter and Max are both probably lean preference than they do,
yeah,
as far as the general ranking.
Sure.
So I feel okay about it. I'm not mad about it. Okay, here we go. First matchup. What is the best TV or movie dog? Chance and Shadow versus Togo. 3, 2, 1.
Togo.
Chance and Shadow. I don't know why I said once. Chance and Shadow 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1. 7. Togo 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1. 5.
9.
So that's 14 to 14. Wow. Chance and Shadow 1 to 100. 3, 2, 1. 75. That's 148. Remember that. Togo 1 to 100. 3, 2, 1. 50.
No, 100.
150. Okay. Togo moves on.
Barely.
I've never seen it. How could I vote for it? I could have given it a 0.
Because of the impassioned plea that I made for Togo, because he's real, because of what he done.
You're going to give Bluey a 0 later, so this is criminal in my mind.
I will
have not at
give
least
Bluey a 0.
Yeah, you're going to, we'll see how that goes.
You gave Togo a 50.
I did, right down the middle. I haven't seen it. 50. Straight down the middle.
You heard the legendary things that he's actually done. And you can't give a dog like that a 50. That's the worst thing that you've done.
It was straight down the middle. 50-50. Give him a shot. I know nothing about it. Baxter versus Max. 3, 2, 1. Max. Beethoven versus Bluey. 3, 2, 1. Bluey. Beethoven 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1. 7. Bluey 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1. 9. Is it a 13? Beethoven advances. See, I could have went 10. But I'm not going 10.
If you felt 10, you should have said 10.
No, I didn't feel 10. I was trying to be accurate.
What'd you give Bluey?
A 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see. I didn't go 0. I told you I wasn't going 0.
You could have went 5 like I did when something you haven't seen.
Well, I have seen clips. I just went slightly below average.
Okay. Goofy versus Pluto. 3, 2, 1. Pluto. Goofy 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1. 7. A lot of 7s today.
Erica has this thing that she tells me I'm not allowed to give 7s.
Really?
She says that
it's the Lord's number?
She says it is the number that people choose when you really don't want to decide. Like, you feel like 6 is too low, but 8 is too high, and that 7 is the easy way out.
I mean, she's not wrong.
And she's like, 7 should just be eliminated. You need to make a decision on whether or not this thing is...
There's a reason people say a C average in school. Like, it's average. Like, it's not bad, but it's not good.
C's get degrees.
Yeah. So Goofy gets 14. Pluto, 3, 2, 1, 8.
7.
Pluto by the hair of its chinny chin chin. There's a lot of red on that side. I'm just saying.
What there is.
Scooby versus Togo. 3, 2, 1. Scooby.
Honorable mention to Togo.
Lassie versus Max. 3, 2, 1.
Max.
Lassie 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1.
9.
8. That is 15. No, 17. Max 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1. 8. 16. Lassie by 1. Snoopy versus Beethoven. 3, 2, 1. Snoopy. And Air Bud versus Pluto. 3, 2, 1. Air Bud. So the Taco Bell Bells all advance.
They did.
All straight ones go across. No surprise. Okay, Scooby versus Lassie. What's the best dog? Which one would you like to have in real life? Is that how we should narrow this down even further?
I guess so. I guess so. That's a fair question to ask.
3, 2, 1. Scooby-Doo. And Snoopy versus Air Bud. 3, 2, 1. Snoopy. We are still chalk, ladies and gentlemen. The number 1 seeds face off. Is it Scooby? Is it Snoopy? I think you could flip a coin and be happy with the results.
Yeah, you really could.
I mean, we even said so last week. Like, we thought Snoopy was the automatic winner, and then you start digging into Scooby a little bit more and realize, you know what? Do you want to go back to the tail of the tape real quick? Do we want to refresh people on their draft stats?
Yeah, I think that would probably be helpful in this scenario. We've been watching Snoopy in the last week.
Have you?
We've been watching quite a bit of Snoopy. We've watched The Great Pumpkin twice.
Okay.
We have
It's not quite time yet, but it's getting close.
Why not? Falls in the Air.
It's true.
Just saying. And then I started discovering all these other. Apple TV has added several other Snoopy and Peanuts shows.
Yeah.
So we've been watching several of those. Okay, where are my draft stats at?
I don't know.
I've got a lot of stuff to scroll through now to get back to last week. Scooby's draft stats. Here we go. His snack intake is a 99. This says Scooby snacks greater than courage every time. His bravery is a 40. Cowardly until food or friends are at stake. Loyalty of 100. I'm kind of torn on how do you give him a 40 on bravery and say he's cowardly, but his loyalty is 100. Says he always sticks with Shaggy and the gang. Comedy factor of 95. Slapstick star of the Mystery Inc. Mystery solving, he's 85 on that. He accidentally helps solve almost every case. And his icon status is 100. Now, as far as Snoopy's draft stats. Yeah. I got a lot of things. Okay, here he is. His cool factor is 100. His imagination is 100. His loyalty is 80. Sorry, Charlie Brown. He's not always by your side. An icon status of 100.
I've made my decision.
What is factoring into your decision?
All of the above. Well,
let's vote and then you explain.
well, see, now I'm backtracking a little
Okay.
bit because I have made my decision, but then I remember we were factoring in like the dog we would prefer to have.
Yep.
And I think I've changed my mind. So if that's the direction, the dog that we would prefer
when
to
you
have.
took that out, what were you basing it on?
What do you mean?
What were you ultimately deciding? Just who was the
that would give it away. So I'll wait till after and I'll go through my process.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I guess
3, 2, 1.
Snoopy.
Wow. Congratulations, Snoopy. We almost had to go to 1 to 10 because I was going to go Scooby.
I was also almost going to go Scooby.
Here's my thought process. I think I enjoy watching Scooby more than Snoopy.
I agree.
Scooby is the better, dog to watch on screen, on film, whatever. But as far as which dog would I prefer to have, Scooby's going to eat you out of house and home.
He's a much bigger dog.
Much bigger dog, a little destructive.
Yes.
Snoopy kind of takes care of himself in a lot of ways.
Yes.
He's a low maintenance,
He can
smaller.
cook.
Yeah, he can cook for you.
Scooby's always wanting people to do stuff for him.
Yeah, he'll make you some sandwiches, but then he'll eat it. So I think Snoopy is the probably. I don't remember which one was more loyal. I think they were about the same. I feel like Scooby had the edge in loyalty, but I'm not mad at Snoopy being number 1.
Now, if you were taking out which one would I rather have, and just which is the best dog character,
right?
which one is it?
Probably Snoopy or Scooby.
I still feel like I see more Snoopy stuff.
Snoopy is more iconic, 100%. But as far as like which one, if I'm going to sit down on the couch and pull up a video and watch one of them, I'm probably choosing Scooby.
I really enjoy watching Scooby-Doo.
Now, I will say, it may be a product of the times also. and that Scooby talks and interacts, and the writing is more interesting than Snoopy's writing. So given I think I would probably enjoy Snoopy more if it was a little bit more involved, if there was a little bit more content there. Because that stick, there's only so much you can do with that. He's doing this and making, very slapsticky silent film era comedy.
Scooby's loyalty, by the way, was 100. Snoopy's was 80.
That's right. I'm okay with our results. I think either way you slice it, I think.
Look, Snoopy has been around for ages. Began in comic strips, long run, big screen, small screens. He's absolutely. I think we've made the right choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, almost all the way around. I think. There's a couple of things I could see switching one round or so, but I'm happy with it. All right. We have another decision to make, though, and this one could be interesting.
It may be the best thing today, but is it the best thing of all time? It's time for the best thing battle.
That is right. Last week, actually a few weeks ago, we crowned Top Gun Maverick as the best summer blockbuster. It survived a couple things since then. Actually, I think it's only survived one thing since then. I gave it an automatic 3 because I counted the episodes. I forgot this is a 2-parter.
It's a 2-parter.
So it's a 2-week champion. And so we have to figure out what is better, Top Gun Maverick or Snoopy? I said this was interesting, and it's interesting for a few different reasons. Top Gun Maverick may be the more entertaining film to watch, but a world without Snoopy, the iconic dog, that means you're going to lose out on A Charlie Brown Christmas and The Great Pumpkin and all those classic Snoopy movies.
Yeah.
So begs the question, what is going to happen? I don't know. To be quite honest with you, I don't know. Do you have an answer in mind right away?
I have decided.
Okay.
I have decided.
Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Snoopy. Congratulations, Snoopy. Dethroning Top Gun Maverick.
Wow. I thought Maverick was probably going Hall of Fame.
I did too. That's a little surprising, but you come up against the GOAT Snoopy, and you got to get got. So we have a new champion.
I now think I don't see any way Snoopy gets dethroned.
Yeah, it would be tough. I mean, you would have to run into like
tacos.
I was about to say Mexican food or something. So that would be, yeah. We'll see what the next 4 weeks have in store.
Are tacos or Mexican food in our Hall of Fame?
No, we have never.
Why have we
I
not?
thought about that. It's on the board. We have never done a Mexican food episode. I thought about that this week. I was like, what?
That's criminal.
I remember putting it on the board, but we've never done it.
I think we're going to have to correct that very soon.
But how much of a chance do we want to give Snoopy is the question. How much respect do we put on that name? I guess we'll find out. You have anything else?
No, other than, people need to watch some dog movies now that the fall is here. We've said this many times over the years that it feels like this is the kind of time people kind of start to watch a little bit more TV and stuff. I would say go back and relive some of these classic dog movies, sprinkle them in, and so many of these just based because they're animals. These are family movies for the most part.
That's true.
So
except for John Wick.
Yeah, probably don't watch that one with the kids.
But maybe save some of those that are really sad, like an Old Yeller or
Where the Red Fern Grows.
Yeah, you might wait till they're a little bit old. You don't want to traumatize them too early.
I mean, I grew up watching Old Yeller. I think I watched Old Yeller the first time when I was probably 6 or 7.
Okay.
And I've always enjoyed Old Yeller, But yeah, you have to decide. But all of these are, for the most part, they're going to be family friendly movies that you can kind of work your way through. introduce your kids to some of these movies that you've forgotten about, because no doubt you've forgotten some of these movies.
Yeah. I wonder how, has Harrison watched Homeward Bound? Have y'all watched it with him?
We watched The Incredible Journey first, and then we've watched Homeward Bound. Beethoven we've got to get to. We've done Fox and the Hound.
How do you do with Homeward Bound?
He was mesmerized by The Incredible Journey.
Really?
More so than Homeward Bound.
Oh, really?
I don't know why, but he hung in for The Incredible Journey's close to an hour and a half probably, and he hung in for probably an hour of it.
Oh, wow.
He was zoned in. Homeward Bound, he was in for probably 30, 45 minutes of it, really focused.
Yeah. Okay. Ellie loves her animals, so I think she might, but she typically, it's got to be a lot of stuff going on. Cartoon, typically gets her eyes more, but she loves her animals, so she may lock in. All right, that's all I got. You got anything else?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, then, for the best things, I am Craig.
I'm Aaron.
We'll talk at you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos from us. Craig, Aaron, what are you still doing? Go click the video. Now.